2, take 1.
I was playing the character of Frank. He was the lead computer programmer in a software company who was in charge of 4 people. He was under a lot of pressure because there was a big package going out, a big computer package, software package being released. And basically, he was a man who was dedicated to his job, probably too much so, because his marriage began to falter a little and he spent very little time with his wife. He either spent it working or else playing golf, and which led to his marriage to begin to fall apart at the foundations. Playing Frank was quite a difficult role. I found it quite difficult because firstly I had to pull on a lot of weight for the part. That was my decision, and I did that because I wanted firstly Frank to be very different from his best friend, who was played by Brendan McCormick. Brendan has quite a chiseled look. I wanted Frank to be overweight. Sometimes his confidence or his self-esteem could be quite low in certain situations, and that's basically how I prepared for it. I spent some time finding out about computer programs just from people that I know who worked in the computer industry. The longer you do a role, the more you're preparing for it, the more the person that you're playing soaks into you. It was quite an emotional role. I found it difficult because I'd never really had to show such emotion on screen before, and it's the first time I've had to do it. I've had to do it a lot since then, but this is definitely the first time I've had to do it.
Fuck it!
My favourite scene initially was the printer scene, because it's quite angry. You get to release a lot of tension. But as I've seen the film a few times, my favourite scene by far is when he's in the kitchen with his boss, walks into the kitchen and he asks him how he is. And there's a flashback of his wedding day, and there's very little dialogue from me, but I find it a beautiful scene. I love it. I don't know why. It's just gorgeous. Nothing is said, and that's for me. That's my idea of acting for screen. You don't have to say anything, it comes from within, and the audience should be able to see it. I found it quite grueling because I was working full-time in a job as well, so I had to kind of sneak away and crawl out behind doors and hide behind bins and everything to get out to do the scenes. It was a good experience. There's a lot of stuff going on. Initially I found it strange having to do scenes at the end of the film at the start and then chopping and changing, going back and forth. Some of the stuff was almost gung-ho because the scenes had to be just shot so fast, so quickly. He didn't have time and he just had to get up and do it. And I like all that stuff. There's no bullshit involved with it. Just do it.
3 fucking months!
I started acting at a late age. I started acting when I was 27, 28. My brother wanted to do some acting, so I needed someone to keep him company, so I went along with him. So I just found I loved it. It was great. The first play I saw was a play called The Homecoming with Ian Hart. It was on the Gate Theatre, Harold Pinter play. I was sitting in the front row, myself and my brother Colin, and just watch him walk out on stage. He didn't speak for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and it was just magic. Where I trained the Focus Theatre, and I saw a play that was done by the Focus Theatre, and that's what made me go that direction. I have loads of memories. First memory will be arriving on set the very first day and shooting my scenes that day. I was very nervous for it. I was very conscious about what I was saying because I mumbled sometimes. Meeting the other actors that day, the director, the camera crew, the producer, everything. It was just the energy, the whole buzz, the excitement that was going to start. Everything it was like a machine going into motion. It's brilliant. Second memory, we were going to Cannes. When the film went to Cannes, and just the environment there, the energy. Everyone that was there because they wanted to be involved in film in one way or another, or to be part of it, or to putting money into whatever it was. And the third memory would be the actual premiere in Dundrum. There's about 400 people at it. It was a great day. I had a great night. I met a lot of really, really great people working on it. There was the director Brian, the producers, the camera people, other actors. I had a great time doing it. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next one.